All right, here we are on a run and driving video. Over 29,000 original miles. 1993 Mazda MX-3. Got her running so the temperature will come up. You can see all the lights are nice and bright. No condensation in any of the lenses. I do have the hood pop, so we can put the hood pop rod up. You can see how nice the hood is. See some of the original decals. You know, original radiator cap. Just running really nice and smooth, no belt squeal, noises or issues. Alrighty. Go ahead and get this closed and in the right spot. The AC doesn't really blow cold anymore. Everything's there and operating. It is the R12 system. You can find some R12 cans, like on eBay. Some people are doing it now, but or you could just convert it over to the R134A. So you can see, you know, it's manual windows, really nice and smooth. I mean, I'm just using the tip of my fingers. You can lock the doors, and this is pop up. This is some of this cool stuff. I forgot the brochures at the shop, but you have your original. Looks like if the automatic belt will not work, you got a little instructions and an Allen head. It's just cool to see that stuff stay with it. Original brochure, original books, warranty information. What's also cool is this thing started its life in St. Louis, and it has all this stuff that's been in the glove box forever, and it didn't, through all three owners, these never left. It's just really cool to see this stuff. You know, maps, road maps, stuff to do in the visitor's guide. It's just cool to see stuff stay with like that. With the car or truck that we buy. I just love originality, like dealer plate frames, and for some reason floor mounts get me all excited. So here's some receipts, pretty minor stuff. Looks like it only had 15,000 miles in 2018. So the last owner is the third owner. He put the most miles on it, actually, and that was the Washington owner. So you got a little Springfield map, super cool. And then a little receipt here in 2019. So he put like 10,000 miles on it. Not quite 10,000, but 8,000 miles on it. Had 24K on it. So just some little receipts and stuff like that. We haven't done it. We're gonna do a tune-up. Oh, this is a magnetic plate. Doesn't do any damage. It's fully protected. But the rear bumper is plastic, so it doesn't work in there. But you can see all the lights are working. You can see how the factory. And you can undo these if they drive you nuts, but the belt light will stay on. All right, we're gonna jump on in here and get ready to go. It's a really easy to drive, and you need to do the lower lap belt yourself. I'm not sure what they were thinking in the 80s and 90s, but you'll see the right mirror is selected. It's power, which is nice. We'll go over to the left. See that baby move around a little bit. Temperature's coming up. Got a little under a quarter tank. We'll turn off the four ways, and then so the headlights are on. You'll see the brights are selected. Hopefully you can see that. They are purple. E-brake works good. Light obviously works. So the fan, everything works good. Hopefully you can see the AC light is selected. Off. Defrost light. Hopefully you can see that. If you go to the heat, you'll hear a change, and you'll also hear a change in these. So that's the heat. Defrost, you'll hear the change in it. And we'll go to 3, 2, 1. So all that stuff works. I'm gonna go over to the cool. All right, let's get ready to rumble. It's got brand new wipers, so I'm just gonna quickly run them. Let's see, it's got a couple different selections. So that's gonna be low, or it's in the intermediate, or the intermittent. Low, high, but I want to burn those up, but all the different selections work. So we'll go into reverse, make sure nobody's behind us. Also do the dome lights, all that stuff. You know, goes in reverse good. Clutch feels nice, right where it should be. Really easy to drive 5-speed, and it's really a fun car. So hopefully I'll adjust the GoPro here so you can see the RPM gauge working, the odometer working, the speedometer working. when you drive this thing and you feel how tight the steering is, and you see the underhood and the underside of this car, it's really backs up the miles on it. Plus you got the Carfax and everything. But it's really fun to drive. I was surprised. You know, I was interested in it because the miles, obviously. I love anything that's got low miles and originality. And stuff like this is out of the box. Like, you know, young people nowadays, especially, they see this thing and they're like, what is that? It's just got a little kind of, you know, kind of like a little missile look to it. So I'm in second gear. We'll get out on the highway. Hopefully with traffic, we can get up to speed. You know, it's got a 6500 red line, which is kind of cool. Clock works. Oh, the stereo. Downshift to third.
Coming at 4 o'clock today.
Downshift to first.
First up at 4.
So the stereo sounds good, you know, for 93. The display's a little dim, but it does show. Don't forget to pull up the antenna. The antenna will be down for transport, otherwise it might get damaged. Or if you're local, when you pick it up, it'll be down. But at first I thought the stereo didn't work, and then I realized you gotta pull the antenna up. You can see both turn signals are nice and bright inside. The display is kind of cool looking at night. I'll hopefully remember to snap a picture of night driving. So second, third, fourth, and I'm just cruising, you know, not into fifth. Shifter's nice and tight, easy to find the gears. It's a really just kind of easy to drive transmission. Let's see, put the cigarette lighter in. Cigarette lighter does work, the receptacle, if you want to charge up your cell phone or iPod or whatever you got, if you need that charger. And then, so you can see it's nice and red, so it works good. Cruise control's on. You can see foot's not on. So I'll go ahead and turn the cruise control off. We'll drop down and go ahead and you see no smoke or nothing coming out of the back. It's just a tight little run rig. So we're gonna go off here, go at a decent speed. I'm doing 60, almost 57. I'll go ahead and get on the brakes, and you'll see it's really nice and smooth. Stops nice and straight. Steering wheel isn't shaking, pulsating, no noises or anything. By the looks of it, all the brakes are original. You know, there's a photo of the brakes and video with the wheels and tires off, and they're just, you know, got original paint markings on the rotors. They have that bright anodized look to them. So there's second gear. This road's the choppy one. It's a patch here. No pothole. You'll see all these potholes. You know, 30 miles an hour is not a single rattle on this car. It's just tight as can be. And that's the beauty of these low mile rigs. You know, I got a couple of super low mile Corvettes. Got a low mile F250 OBS, 55K, F450 Super Duty, 54K, and super low mile little 8 96S 1048K. And it's just, I love the way they drive. They're just tight. They're just, I mean, you know, when you buy something new and you drive it up to 150,000 miles and you replace stuff here and there, you kind of forget how tight these things drive when they have super low miles and they're new. So here coming into a 90, no noises, no play in the steering, no slop, clicking or clunking, and you can see the steering wheel gives good resistance. And then, you know, when you let go of it, it wants to center itself out. You know, these are 90s. And I'm in third gear. It's a nice little car for cruising around town. You can kind of just leave it in third gear. And it's got good little power to go in and out. Not a lot of downshifting. We'll go around right here. All right. I don't think you're gonna find a lower mile 90 Mazda MX-3 in a year. So good luck, everybody. It's going to no reserve.